I think that ultrasound, particularly Clarius, is going to become the gold standard for filler treatments and for aesthetic patients. I'm Dr. Steve Weiner. I'm a facial plastic surgeon in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. I was trained at Johns Hopkins and I had academic medicine for a couple years before creating the Aesthetic Clinique. Image quality is very important in ultrasound. It is very difficult to see filler and to differentiate that from surrounding muscles or other tissues. And a lot of the lower resolution ultrasounds have a problem with identifying fillers very well. They can sometimes see vascular structures, but they're not as well defined as I find with the Clarius. You need to have a very high resolution device to see the fillers and to differentiate them and to see the vascular flow or absence of vascular flow. You can have much safer outcomes with your patients. You can treat complications very easily. You can identify previously placed fillers, and it's a very easy to understand system, very intuitive. It's feature rich, so you can use B mode, color Doppler, power Doppler, compound. You can even use needle enhancement with the Clarius as well. That's why I value the handheld ultrasound L20s. Great resolution. You can take it with you traveling. If you have more than one clinic, you don't need to buy several ultrasounds. The new third generation HD Clarius is much more balanced. It's smaller, it's easier to hold, it's easier to manipulate. It also has no battery exchanges, so then you don't have to worry about having a second battery. It also pops into the charging stand very easily. So it's just a much more compact, easy to use system. Even though it's smaller, it had the same power as the larger previous generation. I am getting calls left and right regarding vascular occlusions. How do I treat this? How do I treat this? Can you help me? But if they have an ultrasound, I can help them treat over FaceTime. I just did that this past weekend. I had an attendee to one of my trainings. She had the Clarius ultrasound. I did a FaceTime with her. She showed me the area of the piriform, and I said, take a look at that area right there. That looks like filler, and that looks like it's the area of obstruction. I did this on FaceTime. 40 minutes later, she called me. She says, I nailed it. Bullseye. Immediate improvement in discomfort, and the skin perked up. It went from pale to a good red color. So that's the beauty of this. We're changing vascular occlusion. Before ultrasound, you injected 20, 30, 40 vials of hyaluronidase to try to dissolve that vascular occlusion. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Now we have an eye below the skin. We can see it at the bedside with a very inexpensive but high resolution Clarius L20.